Welcome to episode 11 of the Rapid Road to 2200 series. Let's jump into our first game. We have the white pieces and we're going to play e4. So we're playing against a 2053 rated opponent. I'm going to go for knight f3 instead of the Vienna. Of course, we could have also played the English to start off with, but I think let's go for an Italian game with bishop c4. And yeah, so let's see what happens here. I think this is called the Rousseau Gambit. I might have just butchered the pronunciation. I'm not fully sure as to what it's called. But I do think it's something along those lines. And I'm going to play d3 here, simply solidify e4 a bit. Obviously, it opens up our bishop as well. We are free to castle if we need to. Knight g5 could be an option, although I do want to be careful, of course. Maybe there's stuff like queen, but then we just give a check and jump back out. So I might just try and go for knight g5. If h6, I'll jump in with a fork. And it does look like a kind of fried liver-esque kind of thing. If you see what I mean, with the knight on g5 and the bishop on c4 teaming up on f7. And the fact that our opponent is thinking here either means that they're trying to recall theory that they've learned, or that maybe they've made a little bit of a mistake there. So by the way, we are above 2000 rating at the moment. We are currently what's our current rating? We are currently 2004 rated. And yeah, so let's see what our opponent decides to do here. So they're having a little bit of a think. I mean, obviously h6, probably just jump into f7 with our knight, get a nice little fork here. After queen e7, we'll take the rook, and then we'll be fine. If they're to go something like queen e7, I might just go bishop f7, make them lose the right to castle, and then maybe drop back. But they go d5. If we take, they take. Do I have this? No, because of g6. But then again, there's always ideas. Maybe this and queen f3 could be a nice move. That could be really nice, actually. I'm going to take on d5, just like so. If they want to... Okay, so they go... Okay, knight here instead. I could go bishop b5, check c6, take... Maybe take, or maybe they'll take back with their pawn instead. I could instead maybe... I mean, queen h5 doesn't quite work at the moment, obviously, because of this knight being here. I could let them take, because then we are kind of defending d5 if they do that. If I go bishop b5, c6, take. Do I have anything? Maybe not. Maybe queen e2, though, could be an option. Because it does attack this, which is nice. Attacks the undefended e5 pawn. Because if they take it, I'll take back, and then this d5 pawn is defended by the c4 pawn. Our bishop is doing a nice job guarding this g5 square in case this knight ever moves, and therefore their queen attacks our king. We're ready to capture back just like this. If they want to give us a check, we can either block with this, or even with c3. Either way is perfectly fine. f4, there's e4, so probably doesn't quite work at the moment. Obviously, they can't take because of this pin. So, what do we want to do? I mean, we could just castle our king. That certainly looks like an option. It's probably, although if you castle our king, maybe there's these ideas in the future, which could be annoying. So, what I might try and do is knight c3, bishop d2, and castle could definitely be an option. If we go here, they go e4, knight d4, and then, yeah. Although, we don't even need to move this knight, technically, because, well, now we would need to, because their king is... Their pawn's no longer pinned to their king. So, I mean, knight b5 could take here, although then there's rook e8, which is a bit annoying. Definitely not. Although f4, having said that... Oh, wait, no. Definitely cannot do that, because then they just have rook e8 straight up. And that's not what we want. And that's a pin on the queen on our king, so that's not what we want. Maybe bishop e3 now. Knight b5, bishop e7. Well, actually, knight b5, having thought about it, their bishop... Well, it doesn't have to move, in theory. It doesn't have to move, technically, so I'm not going to go for it. I mean, bishop e3 could be an option. The bishop e3, they just have this. Bishop d2. I'm just going to go bishop d2, and I mean, I'm actually going to long castle. The reason I'm going to long castle is because I don't like all this possible ideas if I do short castle. That's kind of my reasoning here. I mean, if I go knight d4, that looks alright. I can always wrap back round to b3, or maybe even to b5 if need be. Bishop e3 can always support this if need be. Castling, the rook can also support this if we want. Bishop e3, there is this, so that's not what we want. Instead, could just hop round here, which looks perfectly normal. Okay. A4 looks perfectly alright. I mean, this is not obviously what we want. But a4 seems to completely control this b5 square, completely neutralizes it. This is very, very under control on this b5 square at the moment. Long castling still does look like a move, which I'd be inclined to do. F4 as well could be maybe on the cards, but I don't think that just yet. So yeah, we kind of just need to see what they decide to play here. They are, of course, 2053, so they are going to be good. And by the way, if you are enjoying the video so far, don't forget to smash those like and subscribe buttons for more videos just like this one. And don't forget to comment your favourite chess opening down below in the comments. So they're now having a little bit of a think. They have just under a minute more time than us, so they've got about 50 seconds more, approximately. So they're using their time here. I mean, maybe I can short castle, but I've kind of everything I've played at the moment has kind of been geared towards long castling, so I think it would make more sense for me to. I mean, then there's queen c. That's the long castle. Take, queen here, bishop here. If I just take though, that looks. I could take and then long castle. Which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take it, then there's this B file open. Is that scary? Well, I don't think it is, because their pawns aren't really going to go anywhere. That's the thing. I'm going to long castle, because then we even have sacking ideas like this, which look really, really nice. Obviously, now that this rook is on the D file, the semi-open, I suppose so, yeah, because the bishop is here. But as soon as this bishop moves, this will be an open file for our rook. And our other rook can also come along. Maybe there's H4, maybe there's H3, G4 ideas, perhaps. I mean, there's everything. If we go bishop E3, their queen's got to go somewhere. Bishop E3. To be fair, they can triple our pawns, although they can't do that just yet. Because if they take, then I take their queen. So bishop E3, where can they go? They can go here. Bishop D4. It's perfectly normal. What about D5? I think bishop E3 and then bishop D4. I think that would make more sense. Try and trade off this bishop because it is stronger than this bishop, that's for sure. If they come into b4, then maybe there's... Oh no, there wouldn't have been that. But now bishop d4 looks perfectly fine. Although I do need to be wary of certain rook b8 ideas later on, obviously. Otherwise I'll just capture this. But I think bishop d4 looks decent. Take, rook b8, drop back with our knight. And we are pretty safe. I mean, bishop e6 could be played after that I suppose. I mean, we just need to be ready for anything. But we are up a pawn. Let's not forget that. That's very, very important. As always, being up a pawn is very, very nice. So they take, we'll trade. Probably rook b8 maybe is a move. Ideally, I'd like to get my rooks doing something on this side of the board. But obviously, we need to break in with our pawns as well. f3 could definitely be a move. Trying to undermine all this. Okay, there's this. I mean, we can either move across, which I'd rather not do because of all this. Or we could just go bishop e3. If I go bishop e3, then they go back to d5. Sorry, e5. So, I mean, if I do move across, rook b8. Doesn't look too pleasant. So I'm gonna drop back and block. They go, well, obviously they can't go there. If they go here, I might try and go something like c5 and then queen c4. Okay, well, they trade. Okay, that's not actually the move I was expecting. So, I'll definitely take that, obviously. As in, well, I'll take the bishop and I'll also take the fact that they traded. That's definitely probably a good thing for us. c5 doesn't quite work here because of take, and then take. I think that doesn't work. Yeah, no, it doesn't. Rook d6, they could take. Just thinking of moves. I mean, queen c5. Queen c5 could work. Defends this. Supports rook here in the future. That looks alright. With this, there's this. Then I go here. Attack this. Rook e8. Rook d4 probably. Let's go queen c5. Also, I mean, it doesn't quite attack this because of the rook, but I think getting our queen more involved on this side of the board could definitely help us. Also, maybe in the future could be able to reroute over here, but at the moment, trying to keep this pawn defended. Rook d4, rook d1, get our rooks onto this open file, which is very, very important. Probably support it onto d6 as well. Could be very, very nice. Of course, this move is what we looked at. So if I'm to go here, which is what I'm going to do, I think. Well, if they take, then I take. So here, rook e8, or rook f6 actually could be played. Which could actually be nasty. Rook f6 could be nasty. If rook f6 is played, I'll probably have to drop back here, defending this and also getting my queen out of this line. Rook f6 is indeed played. Okay, nice job from our opponent there. I think that's probably one of the best moves. Queen d4, queen d4, c5. Take. We'll go queen d4. I'm going to try and speed up my play a little bit here because obviously we've got about a minute and a half less than our opponent. We still have 4 minutes and 5 seconds, so we do have a decent amount of time. But I feel like we are spending quite a lot of energy and moves into defending this pawn. But then again, this could be dangerous. I mean, it is dangerous. That's just the fact. Like, it is very dangerous. So, I need to think of a way in which I can maybe... No, that wouldn't work. Maybe get my king across here and then... Do you know what I mean? Get my king across here, play something like this. I don't know if that, like... I don't want to blunder something. So if I was to go here... I mean, what would they play? Like... Then our next move, I'll go here. Bring this here, and then bring this here. Then maybe I'm being too slow. Maybe I just need to play f3. I'm going to play f3. I'm going to try open this up, get rook g1, try and bring my rooks, and see what we can do onto this g7 pawn. Because I don't think trying to stack up defenses here is really going to do us any good. c5, I calculate... Ah, wait, that's clever. Because this... Well, you don't even take back. You can just go check here, and it's very dangerous for me. So, although, take. Yeah, no, I'd rather not get involved with that, especially with the low time that we have. I don't think there's any way in which we can keep control of that, apart from staying on this d file. Actually, having said that, if we stay on the d file. You can't take, because I have queen takes d7. Yes, I do. Okay, that's good. That's good here. So, they were to go... I mean, rook d8, I'd probably be happy if they played something like rook d8, because then there's none of this. But, okay, knight here. Again, this blunders... Well, now, this does actually blunder mate, just full on. So, they are really getting into this pawn right now, which is scary. But if I take here... Oh, wait, I can't take that. I need to keep on... I keep on forgetting that. I need to play quicker than this. I really do. Take. Because then their bishop's also going to get involved, in theory, because then this is just open. But I guess it's just like, okay, so they take that first. Can't take care of obviously because of this. Knight d5. Knight d5 looks alright. Because if you take here, then I'll take with check, first of all. You take back, and then I'll just move my queen out of the danger. Now we've got about half their time. Less than half their time. So I do need to speed up a bit here. If they move their rook, what are we going to do? If they just move their rook somewhere, then I might somehow be able to get more support. Ah, but well, if they move their rook, I can take... Well, I can't take here. I can take here. You take here, then I take here. I think that works. Look, I mean, I just really hope I'm not missing anything. Because if they take here, then there's obviously no defenders of this apart from the rook. But then I can take on c5. Rook c8. Here. God, it looks scary, doesn't it? I mean, I suppose we've dived into this now. I think, I mean, 97 possibly? If 97, then could be a move. I mean, I'm just trying to think of checks, possibly. I mean, if we take on c4, but rook c8 looks a bit scary. Rook c8. Is it queen here? Maybe. I mean, rook c8, queen d4 could be the move. Well, no, rook here, I think this would be the move, actually, having said that, because then that's a fork. And obviously, if you just take, I take. Okay, so rook c8, we've thought clearly. It's knight e7. Well, either of the rooks, really, actually, having said that. This is under attack. Where can this knight... Okay, we go there. Well, now if I take... okay. Well, now... Well, surely I can go there. No, I can't. I need to hurry up, don't I? Here. I don't know. If I go... Check... I'm going to give a check. I've got 1 minute, 6 seconds here. If you go here, I'm going to give a check. You're going to take... No, I think... Okay, you go there. Fine. How are we... Maybe I shouldn't have done that. I don't think I should have done that, actually. I don't know what to play. I mean, I'm just gonna trade. And then no 94, not possible. I'm gonna try trade rooks. Got 31 seconds now. What's our opponent's rating in bullet? 1835. I was like 2225, so that's a little bit of an advantage there, I suppose. Gonna bring my king here. I don't know. I mean, just gotta hope this is gonna be all right. Queen e5. Could we be clutch though? Could we be clutch? We attack this. Oh wait, I just hung a knight technically. Yeah, no, my knight's hanging. Oh well. Well, if you take here, I have this, and that's actually a funny fork. If you take here, I have this, I think. Yeah, I take here. If you block like this, you lose your... Okay. Now I take here, although I haven't got long. I needed to play quicker earlier, didn't I? Let's be honest. I go here. Oh, no, that's definitely not the right move. Block. I mean, in theory, I think this is winning for me. Although I'm not sure. In theory, I think it is, but we won't, because we've got no time. Oh, he's traded. Okay. Oh, no, because the knight's hanging, of course. Okay. I think that'll be that, in terms of this game, but we will, of course, play on. We will play on. Just in case we end up losing here. Let's see what we do lose the game. Okay. Well played. Let's jump into our next game. So, playing as 1991, we are 1996 rated. Let's go. Let's switch it up a bit. Let's go for c4. Then we'll go knight c3. So okay, e6 could go g3. Could go knight f3. Let's have a thought. Let's go g3. Bishop g2. Oh, okay. They're coming along here, are they? Okay, we'll go bishop g2. Get our bishop along this diagonal with a lovely fianchetto. E4 could be an option to stop d5. Although, does it actually stop d5? Yes, it does. Okay, we'll go e4, d3, 92, castle. I think we'll go for that kind of a setup here. And okay, so now they go for e5. F4, I mean, well, knight e2 first, or maybe d3, f4 could be an option here, such as d3, f4. Maybe we could go for d4, but I do prefer the look of f4 followed up by something like castles, or castles first and then f4. But we do want to get this kind of this kind of a setup kind of going, like this. I think that's quite what I'd like. That's just how I'm playing it. I mean, if they go g5, which is a possibility, I'll probably still play f4. Just for some fun. Now feel free to castle if you want to take. I'll probably take back with my pawn, in fairness. Yeah, so f4 now. Get f4 on the board before they can stop it. I mean, obviously they might not have played the move g5, but they'll try to stop it anyway they can. Well, we'll go h3. If you go here, then I go here. I don't think sacking works for you. I mean, bishop f3 as well. I mean, here, g4, here. I mean, h3 looks perfectly reasonable. If you want to trade, feel free. Could take back with my knight is probably what I want to do now. So if I take with my... Okay, definitely take back with a knight. This bishop is misplaced now. King h1 or d4? d4, take... No, I'd rather not do that. King h1 looks reasonable. Could also be used as a bit of a pinata soon. With a3 and b4, that's for sure. If I open this up, and you take them, there's d4, which is a fork. If you take back with the pawn, then, I mean, I do want to go a3 and b4, though. a3, b4 to open up this bishop and get it onto this diagonal looks very nice. Because then we also do this with tempo. The bishop's got to go somewhere. We go here. And then, yeah, I would quite like to open this up at some point as well. They might castle their king, which could also be a nice option. If we win this game, we go back over 2,000, by the way. So, okay, let's happily go b4, I think. I'm going to try to play quicker in this game so that I don't get into any sort of time trouble. That's for sure. Because the last time's time trouble wasn't ideal for us, of course. If we take and they take, I mean, maybe bishop b2 looks more reasonable at this moment in time. Get our bishop onto this lovely kind of diagonal from b2 to h8. And b2 to h8, of course. And yeah, our opponent is 1991, by the way. We're 1996, so very, very similar rated at the moment. Just going to quickly check their blitz and bullet. Okay, they don't have a bullet rating, and their blitz is about 1742, but that's provisional rating. So we don't know how good they're going to be under time pressure. So let's see. So c5 is played. I feel like that's a weird move. I feel like that's a slightly weird move. Although I need to find a way of exploiting it. This gets some pressure along here. Taking probably not what we want to do. Pushing is probably not what we want to do. I want to open this up somehow, right? So if they take back with their pawn, rook f5 could really get us in there. Queen b3. Knight c3 to then come here could also be a very good option. Knight c3, take. Although then immediately they can just trade. I'm gonna just open it up. Let's do it. Let's open it up. If you go here, okay, they go there instead. They've got no d pawn now. Maybe I shouldn't have done that, but maybe knight c3. Maybe rook f5, g6 doesn't quite work yet. If we jump over to a4, maybe queen b3 instead. I don't know. What was the move I was thinking of? It was... What was it again? No, it was... Maybe that looks alright. I think that's what I'm going to try and go for. Get our knight into d5. They want to trade, then they can. I mean, sure. But then maybe there's more of an open up for our rook. Maybe this bishop can also open up along this diagonal if things start to change. I completely missed this, to be fair. I jump into d5 now. Take. Open this up a load. I can see that maybe becoming good. Let's do it. So we're gonna sack. We're gonna put ourselves a pawn down, because also there's this thread as well. Let's not forget. I mean, there's the queen. There's this. There's potential things that can happen. So obviously, if you take here, take your queen. If you take here, I'm planning on probably taking back with the e pawn, but maybe I don't want to do that. Okay, so I do need to think. Yeah, probably with the e pawn. Okay, bishop there. Wait, what? Bishop there? That blunders a queen. Hang on a minute. Wait. Takes. Wait a second. I go here, you take. Wait, no. I go here, you take. Sorry. Take. rook. I mean, rook here. You take, I escape with my knight. I mean, surely that's just winning for me. I mean, it must be. It must be. It must be completely winning. Surely. Surely, surely, surely. I mean, unless they've just played the best sacrifice ever, but I don't see it. I don't see it. So, rook b2. If you take here, I take here. If you take here, depending on... Okay, well now I'll just take here. That's fine. Oh, will I? Yes, I will. No, I won't, because here there's this. And instead, I'll happily just drop back here. Tax this as well. Tax this, tax this. Also threatens this. Very, very nice. And yeah, this should be completely winning. I mean, I certainly was not expecting that blunder from a nearly 2,000, basically 2,000 rated player there. So that was a surprise for sure. But this is what can happen at 2,000 ELO sometimes. It shows you don't need to be too low rated. I mean, even if you're 2,000 on Lichess, of course. But I mean, even if you're on 2,000, I mean, things can happen, and that's kind of crazy. I mean, obviously b3 we take. I mean, there's an abundance of options now. Could even try something like this if we really wanted. But this, I mean, Queen h5. I mean, the list goes on. Everything looks very nice now. Everything looks very, very nice. I mean, Queen f3, Queen f3, f6. Then I have this. You know, so this f6, Queen h5. I mean, then we're bound to win at some point. You castle, fine. We'll probably just take here. Hopefully we don't end up losing this game. That would be tragic. But they are playing on, so respect to them for that. That's nice. I mean, you know, when there's so many moves in a position, you just can't pick one. I'm kind of getting that now. I suppose d4. I mean, just thinking. And then this, because then there's none of this. I'm going to go d4. I'm trying to get my rook here with them being a move too late to attack it. So then I can immediately go queen here. Okay, but that just completely didn't happen. So, take. Probably not what I want to do. Queen e4. Takes. I mean, there's so many moves you can play. I mean, queen here as well. Maybe just look for some quick tactics, to be fair. So I'm going to go queen f5, try and jump into d6, bring our rook to f2. I mean, everything looks good, to be fair. I'm trying, I don't know, I don't really know what I'm doing with this pawn on d4, to be honest with you. But, you know, we're up 5 points. This as well, supported by this pawn, then this, supported by this pawn, bishop d5. I mean, there are many options. In fact, I probably should have played, but then... To be fair, c5 wouldn't have been possible without d4, so, you know. Take... Well, now c5 does look actually decent, because if you take, push... Wait a minute. Here, take, bishop... I'm just going to go for it. Let's do it. Let's just do it. I mean, if you want to take, great. We'll go here. Awesome. Boom. Nice little pin, I suppose. Yeah, pin. An absolute pin, as we call in chess. It is pin to the king, so you can't do anything about that. Now bishop d5 is on its way. This is also defended, by the way, so there is no taking this. Well, there is actually, because you're defended as well. But bishop d5, very nice. Very scary, probably. What else is there? I mean, we could maybe bring this around here, try and give him... Oh, maybe there are certain ideas like that. Bring the... Wait a minute. I mean, could like try bring this over here. Try bring our bishop here. Bring the rook here. Although no, it doesn't quite work. I'm trying to think of certain back rank ideas which we could get. But anyway, I'm getting a bit carried away because we are up 4 points of material. We're up a queen. Obviously, well, now there's just this, I think. Although there's this, but then there's this with check, take, and then that. So Bishop d5 looks like it does the job. Yep. Nice. Our idea worked with c5 and then d5, allowing our bishop to come here. And then, obviously, executing that win on the king, which hopefully should be a win. We take. I think we'll take here. That looks fine. Take with the king. We can bring this here if we want. I mean, doable. Well, there is an idea here with d7. If you move the rook, then I can take here, because you can't take back to the pin. So I asked to go d7. Well, you kind of have to move your rook. Because if you take it... Well, yeah, d7 looks like it works very nicely. d7, a beautiful move. If you go rook here, take... You can't take because of this. If you take like this, we just simply take, I mean, and then we're just winning. So, beautiful. You cannot take back because of the pin. Very, very nice stuff. If you just take here now, I mean, obviously, now we're just completely winning. Rook d2, followed up by... Sorry, rook e2, followed up by queen e8. I mean, just wins the game. Could go here, but, I mean, rook here looks very nice. Get a lovely little dovetail, mate, perhaps. And if you block it, then do I have something like that? I mean, there's definitely... Okay, beautiful. We win the game. A very, very lovely win there. And, yeah, awesome stuff there. Very, very happy with how that went. And we gained a rating point in this video. So that's absolutely amazing. We played 2 games. I really hope you guys enjoyed. And if you did, of course, don't forget to like and subscribe. And share it with your friends if you're enjoying this series so far. So, see you guys in the next video. And thank you so much for watching. And I really hope you guys enjoyed that game. Bye-bye.